company. Be home soon.
I know where you are.
The text came in at 11:42 p.m. Friend needed company. Be home soon. That was it. No name, no explanation. Just a sentence that felt rehearsed, tossed casually into my life like it didn't deserve any details. I stared at the screen for a while, listening to the quiet hum of the house. The kids were asleep. The clock on the oven blinked softly. Everything looked normal, which somehow just made it feel worse. I didn't argue with myself. I didn't overthink it. I just typed 5 words and hit send. Sure, say hi to Mark. The little dots that signal someone is typing never appeared. 3 minutes passed. Then my phone rang, once, twice, then again. Call after call, vibrating across my desk like it was panicking for her. I didn't answer any of them. I already had my answer. She came home 20 minutes later. Too fast. The front door slammed hard enough to rattle the frames on the wall. Her footsteps were rushed, uneven. When she appeared in the doorway of my office, her face was pale in a way I'd never seen before. "Why would you say that?" she demanded, breathless. "Why would you text that?" I closed my laptop slowly, calmly, because I was tired of pretending not to notice. She swallowed hard. "Notice what?" I walked right past her without touching her and stopped in the hallway. I flipped on the light. She froze. Where our family photos used to hang, the wall was covered in printed pages, location logs, dates, times, hotel addresses, all neatly aligned. And beneath them, screenshots of messages she forgot were backed up to our shared account. Nothing dramatic, nothing explicit, just enough truth to completely destroy a lie. "You went through my phone," she whispered. "No," I said quietly. "You gave me access. You just forgot you did." Her knees weakened. She had to lean against the wall like gravity had suddenly remembered her. "It's not what you think." "It's exactly what I think," I replied. "And it's been happening for longer than you realize I've known," she cried then. But not softly, not apologetically. She cried like someone who'd been cornered, not someone who felt guilty. When she reached for me, I stepped back. "I'm leaving tonight," I said. "Don't," she begged. "Think about the kids." "I have," I answered, "every single night you weren't here." I packed a bag and left without raising my voice, without slamming a door, without one dramatic sentence she could twist later. The next morning I met with my lawyer. By the end of the week, the truth expanded far beyond just the affair. There were financial irregularities, shared expenses that weren't actually shared, lies layered on top of older lies. When pressure was applied, things cracked. People talked. Patterns surfaced. And then the final truth landed like a punch I didn't see coming. The test results arrived in a plain envelope. Clinical language, percentages, certainty without mercy. My youngest child wasn't biologically mine. I sat in the car for nearly an hour, just staring at nothing. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just felt hollow in a way that made sound completely unnecessary. When I finally looked at my daughter that evening, she smiled and ran into my arms, just like she always had. Nothing changed. She was still mine. The divorce moved quickly after that, faster than she expected. Her confidence just vanished the moment the consequences became real. The money she thought was secure wasn't. The narrative she planned to tell collapsed under the weight of evidence. She tried calling again, then texting, then apologizing. I didn't respond. At the hearing, she wouldn't meet my eyes. The judge spoke. Papers were signed. An ending was finalized. Outside the courthouse, she finally spoke to me. "I never meant to hurt you." I looked at her calmly. "You didn't mean to get caught?" She flinched, but she didn't argue. Life after a betrayal like that isn't loud. It's quiet. It's rebuilding routines, school lunches, bedtime stories, therapy appointments, learning how to breathe in a house that still echoes with old memories. Some nights were hard. Some mornings felt impossible. But peace crept in slowly, like light through a cracked door. Months later, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. "You handled that with dignity. Your kids are lucky." I never replied. I didn't need to know who sent it. What mattered was this: I didn't lose myself when my marriage ended. I found myself. She thought her deception gave her control, but she didn't realize that honesty, even when it's painful, is what gives you freedom. And freedom, once you've claimed it, doesn't need revenge to feel complete. Thanks for listening. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content.